Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a high school boy named Stephen Hawklink. He was not your average teenager. He was a prodigy in science, particularly fascinated by AI technology and bioengineering. His room was a chaotic sanctuary filled with circuit boards, wires, and the remnants of his latest project, small fighting robots that he crafted with precision and care. However, while his mind thrived in the realm of innovation, his home life was starkly different. His parents were often absent, consumed by their own lives, leaving Stephen to navigate the world alone. At school, Stephen faced a different kind of battle. His intelligence and unique interests made him a target for bullies. They mocked him for his passion, calling him names and pushing him around in the hallways. Each day, he would retreat to the safety of his workshop, where he could lose himself in the mechanical world he created. But as the bullying escalated, so did Stephen's feelings of isolation and anger. The idea of revenge began to take root in his mind, transforming from a fleeting thought into a meticulously crafted plan. Stephen decided to take his fascination with technology to a terrifying new level. He spent countless nights in his workshop, poring over blueprints and schematics, using his knowledge of bioengineering to enhance himself. He envisioned a transformation, a fusion of human and machine. He designed and built a suit of armor, equipped with various weapons that he had previously installed in his robots. With each piece he added, he felt a surge of power, a sense of control that had long been absent in his life. The day of reckoning arrived. Dressed in his homemade armor, Stephen stalked the halls of his high school, a figure cloaked in darkness and menace. The bullies, once so confident in their dominance over him, now felt a chill run down their spines as they caught sight of him. One by one, he confronted them, his voice a low growl, as he unleashed his arsenal of gadgets. The first bully, who had pushed him into lockers countless times, found himself ensnared in a net that Stephen had designed to immobilize him. The others watched in horror as their friends struggled helplessly, the fear in their eyes only fueling Stephen's resolve. As the chaos unfolded, Stephen felt a twisted sense of satisfaction. Each encounter was a carefully orchestrated display of his power. He utilized smoke bombs to create confusion, robotic arms to deliver swift blows, and even a sound device that emitted a terrifying roar, sending his former tormentors fleeing in panic. The school hallways became a battleground, echoing with the sounds of fear and desperation. But as the adrenaline coursed through him, a darker realization began to seep into his mind. The revenge he had sought was not bringing him the fulfillment he had anticipated. Instead, it was transforming him into something he no longer recognized. In the heat of the moment, he had crossed a line from which there was no return. The thrill of the hunt gave way to a haunting emptiness, and he began to question the very nature of his existence. Was he still Stephen Hawklink, or had he become the monster he had created? As the final confrontation approached, Stephen faced the leader of the bullies, a boy named Derek, who had tormented him the most. In a climactic showdown, the two clashed in the school's abandoned science lab. The room was dimly lit, filled with the remnants of forgotten experiments. As they fought, Stephen realized that his transformation had not only altered his body, but had also warped his mind. The line between right and wrong blurred, and he began to feel the weight of his actions. In a moment of clarity, Stephen hesitated. He looked into Derek's eyes and saw not just a bully, but a scared teenager, much like himself. The realization hit him hard. He didn't want to become a monster. He wanted to be free from the pain and isolation. With a surge of willpower, he deactivated his weapons and stepped back, allowing Derek to escape. The echoes of their battle faded, leaving behind a silence that felt heavier than any noise. In the end, Stephen returned to his workshop, not as a vengeful robot boy, but as a young man who had confronted his demons. He dismantled his armor and vowed to use his talents for good, channeling his passion for science into projects that can help others rather than harm them. The scars of his past remained, but he had found a new purpose, one that would steer him away from darkness and into the light of innovation and hope.